Welcome back, friends. Today we're talking about water filtration and water containers. This is the particular system that I use. It's built around the Sawyer Mini, which is the filter you see here. Probably the most popular filter you're going to see out there on the trail for a variety of reasons. I like it because of the size and the weight, and the low cost doesn't really hurt either. Let's talk about the specs just a little bit. It's nothing really too crazy, and we're not going to really get off in the weeds with it, but this filter here filters pretty much everything that you're going to be worried about. They say 99.999999999% of all your basic bacteria such as cholera and E. coli, salmonella, cryptosporidium, some other things. If you go to their website, they have some detailed reports about their filter and all the things it'll filter as well. But suffice it to say, nobody's died using this filter, and there's a reason it's the most popular filter out there, and that's because it works. It's got a big brother called the Sawyer Squeeze. The difference is 1 ounce of weight. It's a little bit bigger. You can see this one's pretty darn small, and it has a little higher flow rate. But for you solo backpackers and maybe hiking with one other person, you're not having to filter a tremendous amount of water, this filter is going to work for you in just about all cases. If you need a lot more filtration, or you're filtering for a group, then go on up, move up to the Sawyer Squeeze. This filter here is going to cost you about $19.95 just about anywhere you buy it, except REI. It's going to be $24.95 there. If you buy the Sawyer Squeeze, it's about $10 more, and you also get a larger water container along with the filter, and it's one ounce more in weight. So enough about the specs. What do you get in your kit for your $19.95? Well, you get your double throwdown filter here. You get a bag for gathering your water. You get a 50 ml syringe for backflowing your filter, and you also get a straw here if you want to use it just like a life straw. Attach it to your filter and drink directly out of the water source for getting small amounts of water. The biggest downfall of this kit, and I'm not really knocking it because it's only $19.95, is the bag. The bag, not so much the construction of the bag. It's not as good as a platypus in my opinion. Some people have complained that, well, they've blown out the sides, and I think that's really operator error, because you're not really supposed to squeeze these really hard, and that would result in blowing out the side. But it's this here, and it's 16 ounces. Really, no one carries a 16-ounce water bottle. Everybody's carrying something in the 24 ounce or up to a 1 liter water bottle. So you're going to have to gather water several times and filter it to fill up your bottle. So that's kind of a hassle, but you know, for $19.95, I'm not complaining. I use this as a spare. It's no big deal. The other thing is the syringe. I don't use the syringe. I'm going to show you why later on, and then also I don't carry the little plastic straw. My system is built around the filter, using a platypus, and also the smart water bottles. One of the great things about this filter is its versatility. Not only can you use it with this system, you can plug this right into your hydration pack in line and use it just like that. You can use your bladder as a water gathering device. You got a nice big opening. It's easy to use, and you can plug it right in. There's kits and adapters that you can get at just about any of your outfitters to make that work, or you can just plug it in and clamp it off with some zip ties to keep it on there nice and tight. This thing is so small it's going to fit on your shoulder strap without any problem. You'll never know you have it. There's also some gravity feed systems that you can buy and adapt, and there's all these hoses and all this stuff, tornado tubes and all kinds of in my opinion, nonsense. There's an easy way to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it. But you know, whatever you want to do is fine with me, but you can use this in a gravity feed situation or in line. Another simple thing is, and like I said, I don't carry this, but that is the hooking up the life straw type situation to it. And what you do is you just attach a little hose they give you, and you can drink it directly out of the stream or river. So that's also an option as well. So the way my system works is I gather my water, usually in a platypus, because I just like platypus. I carry a 1 liter size and a 2 liter size, and you just screw it in your filter. And then what's great about this is I don't have to worry about holding it or anything like that. If you use a smart water bottle with this cap on it, it plugs really nicely right into it, just like that. Squeeze your bottle and you can do 1 liter in 1 minute 20, 1 minute 25 seconds. So a minute and a half you can filter 1 liter of water. If you want, I just attached some paracord here. This will gravity feed 1 liter of water in about 5.5 minutes. One of the keys is you unscrew this a little bit, give this some airflow right here, and the water will flow right down in here. Also, this will hold, this cap, this blue cap, will hold 1 liter of water without falling off. So you can hang this from a tree branch or whatever you want to do. It's really a pretty easy system. There's some people that they have a thing called the tornado tube. You can look it up. There's some other adapters and hoses and everything you can use for a gravity system, but I'm just telling you, you can gravity feed it just like this, and you're going to filter 1 liter of water in about 5.5 minutes. Some of the complaints that you may have heard are around 2 things. Number 1 is the bag, and we've already talked about that. It's not as robust as a platypus, but you know it's free. You know, in the kit for $19.95. It's only 16 ounces. That's the big problem. However, if you want to stay with the Sawyer bottles, you can get 2 of these, and I believe they are either 32 ounce or 1 liter. You can get they come 2 to a box, and they're only, you know, about $8. So you can do that, or you can go buy a 1 liter platypus, and they're around $8 or $9 as well. You can also get these in 2 liter. The other complaint that you're going to see is people say, oh man, this thing just doesn't flow enough, you know, I need something that flows a lot faster. Well, if you're out on the AT or the PCT for weeks and months at a time, I just don't know where a couple minutes really makes that much difference. But hey, to each his own. So step on up to the squeeze. The other complaint they have is, well man, this thing just clogs up. You know, it's just a piece of crap. It clogs up. Well, you know what? If you back flush this with the syringe that they give you, then you're really not going to have a problem. That is, you know, a self-created problem, and it's not a fault of the manufacturer. If you're filtering a lot of sediment through your filter, crappy water, you're going to have to back flush it a lot more. Other than that, you know, it's your problem. Now, the way I backflow, I don't carry the syringe, just extra weight, something else for me to lose. I don't need it. And the reason is, I just have my nice clean filter water here in my Smart Water bottle, plug it right back in, reverse flow, give it 2 or 3 good squeezes, get a nice flow through there, and I have back flushed my filter, and I'm good to go again. The other complaint that people will say, well, this thing is just, when I carry it up in higher altitudes or when I'm hiking, backpacking in the winter, it's just too cold, and I put it in my pocket to keep it from freezing so it'll work, and then it leaks water all over my pants pocket or in my pack or whatever. Well, the first thing you want to do is after you filter water is you want to shake this thing out really good on both ends, get as much water as you can out. You got this nice little tethered cap right here. You cap it off like that. There are people on YouTube that say, okay, well, we need to make a cap for this so it doesn't leak. So we're going to take this water bottle and we're going to cut this end off. And then we're going to take this cap and we're going to super glue it on the other side, and then we'll screw it in to here and that'll cap it all off. Well, okay. Or you could just go to the hardware store and get this little green cap here and plug it on the end, and no more water leaks, no more looking like you peed your pants or your pack's got a big leak in it. You can go to the hardware store and get these. They're just screw protectors, and 3/8 is the size it'll fit, and you get 3 of them for 95 cents, and that takes care of that. So that's my other little hack for you guys that are hiking up in cold temperatures. So anyway, that's how I do it. I like the smart water bottles for a couple different reasons. Number one is that cap. You can also get this cap on the Propel bottle. It's the same thing, it's just white. The other reason I like these bottles is I like the diameter of them. Here's an Nalgene. That's a big old bottle. And these slide really nice into the elastic side pockets of all of my packs. They're nice and quiet, easy to grip. Obviously this isn't going to work in the winter for you because they freeze and crack and stuff, and that's where your Nalgene's going to come in to play. But the Nalgene weighs 3 to 4 times the weight, so you know, whatever works for you, use it. But that's my system. I hope you guys picked up something here. I'm anxious to hear what you have to say because I can always learn something. If you like what you saw here, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share it with all your buddies, and above all, leave me a comment. So you guys be safe, and I hope to see you out on the trail, and we'll see you down the road. Adios.